Hello everyone, and welcome to Earth Archives. Have you ever had a moment when you just feel exhausted? Not because you're lazy, not because you've given up, but it's like you've been trying so hard for so long, yet you still see no change. Have you ever felt that way? And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with someone who might need this.
Yes, I understand what you mean. You're not lazy, and you're not failing. You're just tired because you've been pushing life forward so hard that you've overlooked one crucial thing: trust.
Trust? I always thought that as long as you work hard enough, things will turn out. Isn't that true?
That's exactly the problem. From a young age, the world teaches us effort is everything. If things don't go smoothly, you have to push harder. Wake up earlier, fix yourself, fix the problem. But no one tells you that trust is the hidden key. Sometimes the problem isn't that you're not doing enough. It's that you don't trust enough.
So, trust myself? Trust life? Trust timing? It sounds so abstract. How do I even start?
Starting is actually simple and a little magical. When you truly learn to trust, whether it's trusting yourself or the world, something strange happens. People you used to chase start reaching out on their own. Answers you've been desperately seeking fall into your lap. You realize life doesn't need you to drag the whole world forward. You just need to relax and trust its flow.
So this isn't giving up, it's more like going with the flow?
Exactly, going with the flow. But it's deeper than just letting go. Trust isn't hoping everything will be perfect. It's knowing that you don't have to control every single thing to feel safe. Trust is a deeper breath, a release of your tight grip. It's remembering you're not here to carry the universe. You're here to live. And life often flows most naturally when you stop forcing perfection.
But it's really hard. I'm used to pushing so hard, and trusting feels risky, almost like weakness.
I know. That's why most people misunderstand trust. It's not passive, it actually makes you stronger. When you stop wasting energy on things you cannot control, you gain the power to focus on what you truly can control. The reason you've been pushing so hard is largely because you don't trust yourself, your intuition, your timing, even the things that are naturally meant to come to you.
So I've been overgiving, overthinking, forcing myself to show up, just because I didn't trust?
Yes, that fear in your chest has been whispering, if I stop, everything will collapse. But the truth is, it won't. When you finally stop, you start noticing new pathways opening, because you're no longer acting from fear, anxiety, or guilt, but from alignment with your inner energy. Alignment isn't pursuit, it's attraction.
Attraction, not forcing.
Yes. Trust means giving things space to breathe, allowing silence, not rushing to fill the gaps. It means pausing without panic, because life's most important things, love, peace, growth, never arise under pressure. They grow slowly in the quiet. When you stop chasing and start listening, they show up.
So, have I been wasting my energy all this time? Always proving myself, explaining myself.
Yes. But from now on, you don't need to. Trust isn't giving up, it's a power, a quiet yet firm choice. Stop giving your energy to fear and start investing it in calm. This calm isn't just comfortable. It opens doors you've never seen. Not because you push, but because you've become someone life wants to approach.
So, I can slow down, not force things, not chase. I can trust.
Yes, exactly. Trust isn't laziness, and it isn't waiting for life to just hand things to you. It's an active confidence. It's showing up every day, not out of fear, but because you believe everything is aligning, even if you can't see it yet. When you trust, your actions come from calm, not panic. You stop filling silence with noise, stop forcing life together.
I think I understand. Trust gives me space, and it gives life space. It's for myself, and it's for everything around me.
Exactly. Trust doesn't make life easier, but it makes it clearer. The most beautiful things arrive quietly. You don't have to chase them, just give them space. When you start trusting your timing, your silence, your process, even in uncomfortable moments, you'll notice that everything aligns naturally, faster than you imagined, because you're no longer blocking it.
So how do I start practicing trust? Do I have to remind myself every day?
You can think of it that way, but the more important thing is to observe yourself. Ask yourself every day, do I really need to force this, or can I pause for now? You'll be surprised how often the answer is, you can pause. You don't need immediate results, and you don't have to solve everything right away. Trust is a practice, not a one-time task.
But if I pause, will things really move? Or will they just stay stuck?
They will move, maybe not the way you expect, but they will. Because when you stop pushing with fear, things gain the space to flow on their own. The things you once thought you had to chase or seize, they've always been aligning with your energy. You were just too tired, too anxious to notice them coming.
So trust isn't about sitting still, it's quietly showing up?
Exactly. It's not waiting, and it's not passive. True trust is active. It's showing up with quiet confidence. You wake up each day not out of fear, but because you know your energy is aligning, even if the results aren't visible yet.
So, I can let go of all those worries now? The things I can't control, the things I can't chase.
Yes, trust gives you strength, not to do nothing, but to choose where to spend your energy. You stop wasting it on fear, anxiety, and things beyond your control, and focus on what you can manage, create, and align with.
So, life becomes a little easier?
Not just easier, clearer, freer. You'll start attracting people and things that help you relax, instead of those that drain you. You won't chase others just to avoid loneliness. You'll naturally draw in those whose energy matches yours.
It sounds like magic.
That's the magic of trust. But it's not instant, and it's not without challenges. It takes time, patience, and consistent practice. Every time you stop forcing things, every time you allow silence, every time you don't rush to solve something, that's the power of trust growing.
So how do I tell the difference between forcing and true alignment?
It's simple. Ask yourself 2 questions. Am I acting out of fear or out of calm? And am I doing this to prove myself or to nourish my soul? Fear, urgency, and anxiety are signs of forcing. Calmness, ease, and patience are signs of true alignment.
I understand. Trust isn't laziness, it's a wise choice, it's a form of strength.
Exactly. It reshapes your behavior, so you no longer make wrong decisions out of fear, maintain unsuitable relationships out of mistrust, or give up yourself for approval. You start waiting for what's right, not what's quick, waiting for what nourishes your soul, not just fleeting satisfaction.
So this kind of strength is internal, not given by the outside world.
Absolutely. When you build this strength, you're no longer measuring growth by numbers, schedules, or social approval. You measure it by your breath, your flexibility, your sense of ease. Trust doesn't make life easy, but it makes it clear. It leads you toward a life that's more real, more stable, and more meaningful.
So I can slow down, let life have its own rhythm, instead of always forcing things.
Exactly. When you slow down, space emerges, and life begins to flow. Not because you push it, but because you stop blocking it. Things naturally align with you. Trust makes you someone life wants to come close to.
I think I'm ready. I want to learn to trust myself, trust life, trust the process.
Good. That's the first step. Every day, remind yourself, you don't have to force anything. You just need to allow. Allow silence, allow delays, allow the flow of life. This will change everything.
If these words touched you, softened your heart even a little, take a moment to give a like. If you want more reminders like this, remember to subscribe to our channel. And if you've watched this far, feel free to type a word in the comments, trust. It represents that you're no longer forcing things, that you're beginning to allow. And this will truly change everything.